Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG'S coming at you from Mole City in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we got back from an epic adventure, and then I went all the way to South Africa for holiday. So in this episode, my friends, we've got a little bit of catching up to do, man. I need to figure out exactly where the jazz I am in this series, because I've kind of forgotten, and I'm going to be telling you guys all about my holiday in South Africa. I hope you got a tasty ass beverage. I hope you got something crunchy to snack on, because it's time to play some Minecraft Survival. Damn, does it feel good to do that intro again, my friends. It has been a long time since I fired up Minecraft, and here we are in Mole City, in Rentopia, playing Minecraft Survival. How is everybody doing on this very fine day? I'm doing very great, thank you very much. You know what, before we get cracking with today's episode, my friends, you know what time it is. It's freaking rooibos time, baby. Let me just get a sip of this tasty beverage. Oh man, that tea has gone straight to the freaking butt, and it tastes delicious, let me tell you. One of my favorite things about going to South Africa, my friends, is stocking up on all of my favorite South African foods. And man, I got a whole bunch of awesome stuff that I brought back from South Africa, including a couple of cases of rooibos tea, which is my favorite type of tea. It is a South African tea, and let me tell you something, it is delicious. Now hang on, Is this a new cleric? Have you been born since we've been away? I think we got a new villager, because this is not Griswold. Nope, Griswold is in the blacksmiths. Well, we hope he is. Let's go ahead and have a look. It looks like the villagers of Mole City have been getting busy while I've been away, which is really good news, actually. Oh, there's old Grizzy. Yes, it looks like we've got a new cleric that has joined the population of Mole City. That is absolutely awesome. Oh man, this place is just kicking something fierce. Since I've been away, this city has just been going very nicely, I must say, guys. Now, I got back, I had to watch the last episode again just to sort of get myself back up to speed with where we're at. And we have arrived back at Mole City with an inventory full of sweet stuff, including some acacia saplings, which is absolutely awesome. And I think that we should probably start this episode off by heading over to the groves and planting these acacia saplings. It's going to give us access to a wood type that we do not have currently in this series, which is fan-freaking-tastic. So, you know what, guys, I gotta be honest with you, man, I'm kind of nervous right now. I haven't recorded a video in a long time, in like a month or so. For those of you guys who don't know, I went on holiday at the end of September. I went all the way back to South Africa where I live, and man, I had an absolutely amazing time there. Spent a bunch of time with all of my family members, all of my brothers, my freaking mama, my daddy. Man, it was so sweet. And along the way, I did a few vlogs also. For those of you guys who missed those vlogs, I'm gonna put links in the description box below. You guys can check it out. I sort of took you guys through my holiday as I went along. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are gonna, I want to thank you guys who watched the vlogs for the support. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit of South Africa, my hometown. And in fact, for those of you guys who don't know, I introduced the Cyberdog Nation to my other brother from the same frickin' mama, Schmidty. And he also has a YouTube channel. In fact, while I was in South Africa, I helped him set that channel up. And let me tell you something, man, that channel is kicking up a storm. 200 subscribers already at the recording of this video. And let me tell you something, my friends, my brother Schmitty is an extremely talented young man, an amazing freaking musician, and his channel is all about his music. And if you guys are into really good music and into, you know, finding young and talented new artists, out there on YouTube, well, Schmitty is a channel that I think you guys will enjoy. Link in the description box below. Go give my brother Schmitty some support. Subscribe to his channel if you like it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the music, man, because he's got some good freaking jazz going on down there. Now, guys, man, I'm so pumped to be back. I don't even know where to start. We got so much stuff to do in this series. We got to finish off the giant-ass castle mob spawner that you see over there, and we need to start working on the Victorian greenhouse. That is going to be our immediate goal for the next few episodes or so. But for now, I just kind of want to get settled back in. I want to empty out my inventory. Just want to go around Mole City, make sure that everything is doing okay. Do we have any bones in this inventory? Nope, no bonage, unfortunately. I was going to grow these acacias, but you know what? We'll just let those suckers grow naturally, and we'll come and harvest them and start getting some more seeds or some more saplings and start growing a nice little acacia tree collection. And I'm hoping that those acacia wood textures are going to go very nicely in our new builds. But yeah, guys, I'm back. Oh, man, I'm so stoked to be back. Listen. For those of you guys out there who were thinking that I had died or I had quit YouTube or whatever, I know there's some of you guys out there, man. You've been commenting on my videos. Rendog, where have you been? Why are you just uploading these dumbass Witcher 3 videos? And why aren't you uploading any Minecraft videos and so on? My friends, like I just explained to your butts, I have been in South Africa on holiday, but I'm back again, guys, which means we are getting back into Minecraft Survival, back into Kingdom Craft, back into Terraria, and of course, we're going to be continuing on the Witcher 3 series. And speaking of Witcher 3, thank you to all of you cyberdogs out there who have been supporting the series and enjoying it. I know that there's a ton of you guys out there who don't really like the Witcher 3, and you know what? That's totally cool. It's kind of like it's sort of specialist game, I suppose, and if it's not your cup of tea, that's totally cool, man. I understand completely. Do not stress, guys. If you don't want to watch the series, I really don't mind. For those of you guys who are watching it, please do not worry. We are going to carry on with some Witcher 3 action on the RENDOG'S channel. However, I think there might be a few changes coming up for the RENDOG channel, which maybe I'll talk about in this video if we have a little bit of time. But firstly, guys, let's talk a little bit about my holiday in South Africa. I'm going to head over to the Molmart Bazaar in Mole City and drop off all of this jazz. What is cracking, Rorschach, Nugget, and Jock the Second? What's going on? Rorschach, oh man, I actually spend a little bit of time with the real Rorschach in my holiday time, which is absolutely awesome. In fact, I made a little video of him, and I might put it up in the next vlog that I make to show you guys what Rorschach looks like in real life. But let me break it down for y'all out there exactly what I did on my holiday, because I know that a few of you guys out there are quite interested to know about my adventures in South Africa. And yeah, man, let's just drop off all of these diamonds and stuff. Check out all the sweet loot that we managed to pick up on the adventure. To be honest with you, I'd completely forgotten about everything that I'd collected, but it looks like we managed to collect quite a lot of sweet jazz, which is awesome. Now, my holiday began in Cape Town, South Africa. Now, Cape Town is all the way at the very tip of Africa, for those of you guys who don't know, and it is an absolutely wonderful city, my favorite city in the whole freaking world, if I'm honest with you. And the reason that I headed over to Cape Town was because I wanted to go and spend some quality time with my brother, Schmidty, who is my youngest brother. He is, I think he's 19 now. I might be wrong though. Sorry, Schmids, if I got your age wrong. But I think he's 19. And he is in first year university in Cape Town. And I decided that why don't I start my holiday off by spending some quality time with my brother. And I went over to Cape Town and I stayed with Schmidty for a few days in his flat in Cape Town, and man, did we have an absolutely awesome time. Schmidty's flat is pretty much like the ultimate bachelor pad, man. I was so jealous when I got there. You know, I would go so far as to say that Schmidty's flat is actually sweeter than my own house in London, man. It is a pretty sweet place, and it's been pretty much, Schmidty has pretty much prepared the flat to be a music and content creating studio, man. He's just got all his guitars up in there. He's got his Apple Mac. He's got like recording devices and whatnot. And man, it's just the most awesome place to be if you are a young student. And I gotta say, man, I had an absolutely amazing time with my brother. You know, my brother and I are quite a few years apart. I believe we are 14 years apart from each other. And while Schmidty was growing up, I didn't actually get to spend a lot of time with this butt because I was in London and he was at school and, you know, all of that sort of jazz. So this was an excellent time for me and my little brother to actually to really bond and get to know one another. And let me tell you guys, we had an absolutely awesome time, and we are just, man, we're so close now. It's crazy, man. I mean, we always were close, but now we kind of know each other a lot better now, you know. Look at what is going on. Man, we got a lot of work to do around here. How come these things are not freaking glowstones yet? Do we have enough? Oh yes, we do have enough glowstones to sort this out. Man, this must have been driving some of your OCD absolutely freaking crazy, my friends. I am sorry that I never actually managed to sort this jazz out, but let's do that right now while we're here. Now, I was chilling in Cape Town with Schmitty for, I think it was about, I don't know, it was about 3 days or so, 3 or 4 days. And we literally spent the entire time just making YouTube videos and making music and, you know, trying to figure out how Schmitty was going to get onto YouTube and figuring out the strategy for my little brother on YouTube, and it was absolutely awesome. We then took a road trip all the way to the east coast of South Africa, where we met up with my parents. They have a house on the east coast of South Africa in a very nice little seaside town, and we drove all the way there, and Schmitty spent the weekend with us before going back to, there's a freaking egg in here, man, what's that about? Before going back to Cape Town, and then I remained on the east coast of South Africa with my mama and my dad. Now, I haven't seen my mum and my dad for quite a long time, so it was an absolutely wonderful opportunity for me to spend a little bit of time with them, along with spending time with my mama and my dad. No! There's a freaking zombie in Mall City! Back up, you bastard! Oh man, we better get some sleep before a freaking zombie apocalypse kicks in over here. But guys, as well as spending a lot of time with my mum and my dad, I also got a chance to spend time with my other brother from the same freaking mama, the real Gox. And the real Gox came down to our house on the east coast of South Africa with his wife and his 2 kids. And I managed for the first time, in fact, to properly meet my nephew and my niece, whom I hadn't really met before. I want to fix that wall, actually. We're doing a little bit of DIY today over here, guys. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff that that I'm spotting now that I've, you know, when you step away from a project for a while and then you come back again, your eyeballs are able to sort of spot all the mistakes and all of the outstanding things that you sort of have meant to fix, but you never have had the time to get around to it. You know what I'm saying? So my brain is kind of in that mode right now, guys. So if I see anything out of place, I'm going to fix that jazz. Like this, for example, needs to be sorted out. There we go. Beautiful. But yes, I managed to spend a week or so on the east coast of South Africa with Goxie and his family, and I became really, really good friends with my niece and my nephew. And it was just, I gotta say, man, it was a really, really awesome, awesome week. And they are just the most awesome kids that I've ever met. And yeah, obviously, it goes without saying that Goxie and I are... Man, we are just so freaking close, so it was so awesome to spend a little bit of time with him. And of course, Goxie's wife is an absolutely amazing person also, so it was awesome to hang out with her and get to know her a little bit better and so on. So we had a really, really, really awesome time on the east coast of South Africa. I must say it went really, really quickly, a little bit too quickly for my liking. I would have liked to stay there a little bit longer. But you know, when you're having a really good time on holiday, the time just seems to evaporate, right? Like, even though you do your best to try and make the most of every single day and every single minute that you have on holiday, just inevitably that time just disappears into the damn ether. And before I knew it, it was time for me to leave the east coast of South Africa, and I got onto a very small little airplane with my mum and my dad, and we flew to the northeast of South Africa to a farm that my parents live on. Now, this farm is an absolutely amazing place. It's very, very beautiful. It's kind of in the mountains of the province of Natal, which is in South Africa. It's Zululand, right? For those of you guys who know Shaka Zulu, the history of Shaka Zulu, who was the king of the Zulus, he was from Zululand, and Zululand is basically where my parents' farm is. And I managed to go and stay there with them for a few days. Well, in fact, we stayed there for about, oh man, it must have been about 5 days or so, I guess. Maybe a little bit more. But the really awesome thing about staying on this farm was that I showed you guys on my vlog some really, really interesting things. For those of you guys who did not see that vlog, I do highly recommend that you go check it out. I basically showed you guys the boat shed. I don't know if you guys can remember the story that I once told you about the time where I went to my grandparents' farm, which is this exact same farm, and I basically stole, well, I didn't steal, I had permission to take the boat out of the boat shed that was on this farm, and my grandfather came running out the house, very, very angry, and he thought that someone was stealing his boat, and he came out waving his stick at us as we took the boat back to the lake that was near the farm. And I basically got to show you guys exactly where this boat shed was. On top of that, I also found an old real-life fort that I built when I was a tiny lad, and the foundations of that fort were still actually standing, which was quite remarkable, and I wanted to show you guys that, and I made a vlog to show you guys. Link in the description, guys, if you want to go check it out. What am I actually doing? I have no idea, man. I'm just busy sort of sorting things out around the molehole here. But yeah, I had an absolutely amazing time on the farm with my parents. It was a time where myself and my mum and my dad really had some serious quality time. It was just the three of us, and you know, we managed to just spend every single minute that we had together, and we bonded really, really nicely and caught up. You know, I hadn't been home for about almost 2 years or so. Since I was last back in South Africa, so it was really, really nice to just spend some real quality time with my parents, and yeah, man, we had such an awesome time. And after my time on the farm was up, my parents wanted to spoil me a bit, and they took me to the north of South Africa. This time we went all the way to the north of South Africa, where we went fishing. Now, this is actually something that I've never really told you guys about, but I'm actually quite fond of trout fishing. And yeah, I spent, my family have access to a trout fishing farm in the very north of South Africa, and they took me there, and this is literally a farm that is in the middle of the country somewhere. I mean, it is very, very far from any cities, from any roads, from anywhere really, and man, this butthole is freaking congested, so just come here to do a bit of butthole clearing. It's actually still working, strangely enough. The butthole is still delivering. Oh man. Even though, yeah, this has basically become obsolete. We're going to do something different with this butthole in this season. I think we'll change that butthole to something sweet. There's been some pretty sweet suggestions by you guys as to what we could change that to. But anyway, guys, I went with my mum and my dad all the way to the north of South Africa, where we did some trout fishing. Oh, thank you, Diablo, for your contribution to the chicken demon army, which is slowly but surely growing in this chest over here. Look at this, man. 16 demon chickens. What's that? 23 demon chickens that Diablo has pooped out so far. Man, it's going to be a chicken invasion around here sometime. But anywhoozle, we had a really cool time on the trout farm. However, there was a little bit of an issue that occurred, and that's why I was going to make a vlog from this fishing farm, but unfortunately, my father injured himself quite badly. He damaged his hamstring and his knee, and so our trout fishing journey came to an abrupt end as we had to take him back. We had to take my dad to hospital back in Johannesburg and try get him sorted out. Don't worry, everybody, he is totally cool. He is a very, very strong man, and nothing is going to stop him. Basically, he is quite a beast when it comes to damage. Well, self-inflicted damage and so on. I mean, he's the kind of man who refuses to lie in a bed even if he's injured. He's a freaking tough dude, man. Nothing will keep that guy down. So even though we brought him to hospital and the doctor told him, listen here, daddy dog, you got to spend your time not moving around, he was having none of that, and he kept on going. But anyway, we got him back to hospital, and we got him back to Johannesburg, and he healed up nicely. He's doing very well. I, in fact, spoke to him just the other day, and he's doing absolutely excellently, actually. And he's healing very, very well. So that's really good news. However, coming back from the fishing farm a little bit early gave me a great opportunity to see my brother Goxie again. Of course, my brother Goxie lives in the city of Johannesburg, which is where I used to live. And as we were going back to Johannesburg to get my dad to hospital there, I went and stayed with my brother, the Real Gox, at his house. At Real Goxie's house, I spent the rest of my time on holiday with him. And man, I learned the art of taking care of small children. And let me tell you something, my friends, it was hard freaking work. Whew, baby. It was some tough jazz, man, but it was absolutely awesome. I basically, as my rent, I guess you want to call it, for staying with the Real Gox and his family, I spent a lot of time looking after the kids, playing with them, babysitting them, and so on. I even fetched them from school one day, which was really, really awesome. And I got the very first taste that I've ever had in my life of what it might be like to look after children, or to, in fact, bring cyber pups of my own into this world. And I gotta tell you, man, after that, I think it was about 10 days that I spent with him. After those 10 days of looking after those cyber pups, whew, baby, I'll tell you what, man, children are hard freaking work. For those of you guys out there who have children of your own, you will know what I'm talking about. The crying, the pooping, the weeing, the gobbing. They seem to be never ending, really. There seems to be a never ending stream of crying, poop, and wee. That's basically sums up bringing up children in a nutshell, really. But all that being said, I gotta say, I absolutely loved it. And by the end of the holiday, I was really, really sad to leave my nephew and my niece and my brother and his amazing family. I just had such a sweet, sweet time with them in Johannesburg. I also spent a little bit of time going around Johannesburg to all of the places that I used to go. In fact, I went and checked out my old house. I went and checked out my old school. I spent a little bit of time driving up and down the avenues that I used to ride my bike on. And I gotta tell you, man, not a lot has changed in the city since I lived there, which was pretty cool. Kind of went down a trip down memory lane. In fact, I even went to all of the old Magic the Gathering shops that I used to play Magic at. And they're all still there, and I bought some single cards because they were a little bit cheaper than they are in Europe. So that was awesome. And even at one of the Magic shops, the shopkeeper that I used to play Magic with, so like the guy used to manage the tournaments and whatnot. I mean, we're talking about, when I was a kid, he was about 50. And he used to manage the Magic tournaments, and he was still there in the Magic shop holding tournaments, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And he actually didn't recognize me, which I was a little bit sad about. I recognized him, though. He was looking mighty old and a little bit worse for wear, I must say. All those years of managing Magic tournaments has taken its toll on him, I think. Pretty freaking hard work, that is for sure. But man, I had such an awesome time in Johannesburg, and most of the time was just spent with my brother and his family, and basically just resting and getting ready to come back to London, to get back into real life, to get back into YouTube, to get back into working into my full-time job, and basically just to get back into the swing of things. And man, am I excited about what is coming up on the Rendog channel for the rest of the year, my friends. Yesterday, I spent pretty much the entire day hanging out with Iskal, my brother from a Swedish mama. And I don't want to say anything, but guys, I want you all to get excited because there is something awesome coming up. Iskal and I spent the whole day talking yesterday, and we have figured out something really, really cool that we want to do with you guys. And keep your eyeballs peeled on this and Iskal's channel, guys, because there is something amazing coming up for y'all. And, oh man, this freaking hoe is about to break. By the way, just came over to the Victoria greenhouse over here to lay me down some croppage. I realized that while we're working on this Victorian greenhouse, I have lost access to bread, and the only wheat that I'm able to get is from Beatrice's courtyard. So that is not good enough. That is not a sustainable supply of freaking wheat. So why don't we just lay down some temporary wheat right here in the Victorian greenhouse, and yeah, while we're working on this, I think there's another hoe in here. Yeah, there's an iron hoe. That'll do the business. But yeah, guys, man, so freaking sweet. Now, you know what? I've got a couple more minutes left in this video. Let's talk a little bit about what is happening on the Rendog channel over the next coming months or so. I've spent my holiday thinking very, very hard about what I want to do on the Rendog channel. How come that popped out? There's a water source right there, man. That doesn't make any sense. And yeah, guys, we're gonna make some big decisions, man. Some big decisions are gonna be made right here on the Rendog channel. Some of these decisions, a few of you guys are not gonna like them very much. But you know what, guys? In order to progress in life and in YouTube, sometimes changes have to be made. So there are going to be a few changes made on the channel. I think they're going to be positive changes, and I'm very much looking forward to how they're going to affect the channel and how, of course, they're going to affect you guys. The goal is, as always, to bring you guys as much Rendog entertainment as I can possibly squeeze into my very busy life, and I think that these changes are going to help to accommodate that. And essentially what I'm thinking about, and I'm going to run this past you guys, this is going to be the question, I suppose, for today's episode. And a very important question, especially to you loyal cyberdogs out there who want to help me make this channel as awesome as I can possibly make it. I'm asking you guys very seriously to let me know what you think of the following idea. What do you think about the possibility of me setting up a second channel, so a Rendog 2 channel, I suppose, and on that channel I want to upload anything that is not related to Minecraft or Terraria. So this main channel, youtube.com/Rendog, is going to be Minecraft and Terraria content only, and then the second channel will be for all the other content that I produce, for example, The Witcher 3, Hearthstone, and any other games that I might want to play in the future. I think that that is probably a really good solution, actually, to sorting out the channel. I don't want to flood my main channel with a whole bunch of new games, and you know, there are a ton of new games coming out that I want to play, guys, including stuff like Fallout 4, StarCraft Legacy of the Void. Oh man, XCOM is coming out next year. There's a ton of games that are coming out that I want to play on YouTube, but I don't want to do it on my main channel. So I'm thinking that a second channel might be the answer to all of my problems. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you know, I know that that's going to suit a lot of you guys out there. You know what, guys? We need to change this freaking wall. I don't have a pickaxe for this though. This wall has been bothering me for a long ass time. Need to change the stone into cobblestone, man. Look at this. It is looking so freaking janky right now. But yeah, guys, that to me seems like a good solution. I know that there are a ton of you guys out there who don't really like any of the non-Minecraft or non-Terraria videos on the channel. And I think that, you know, and there are a ton of you out there who in fact don't even watch Minecraft or Terraria. You only watch the other videos. So I'm thinking, why don't I make for you guys your own channel for that content, and then Minecraft and Terraria can remain the primary content on this channel. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about that idea. I think it is friggin' sweet, man. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it, man. I had an absolutely amazing holiday, I must say. And yeah, just want to say thank you to all of you guys who supported me while I was away. I want to say a huge, massive thank you to all of the moderators on dogcraft.net who have stuck around and who are still helping out on dogcraft.net. You guys are absolutely amazing. You know how much I appreciate your asses, and thank you for everything. And of course, my friends, stay tuned, because there is more news coming up about the CyberDog Nation server. Now that I'm back, we'll be able to kick that sucker into full freaking gear. Anyway, my friends, I hope you did enjoy today's episode, just taking you through my holiday, and I am very, very happy to be back. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting, and thank you so much for all of your love, guys. I freaking am so happy to be back. We'll see you guys in the next video.